We're making agents faster, we're making managers and admins smarter, and we're giving C-suite leaders proactive insights.
Where agents are force multipliers for sellers.
This technology will be a force multiplier for human ingenuity.
The new anti-gravity is unabashedly agent-first. Occasional glimpse of a truly agent-optimized experience.
ServiceNow AI agents,
focusing on the core agent conversations, agent-produced artifacts, and multi-agent orchestration.
You saw this channel on your YouTube feed for the first time and still clicked the video? Honestly, that's not just curiosity, that's growth. That's cutting-edge market awareness. That's you stepping into your thought leadership era. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Because once you hear that rhythm, you start hearing it everywhere. Especially that fake little light bulb moment every few sentences that nearly makes things sound profound and philosophical. But if you really listen closely, it just dims down into a fuzzy little meaningless ball. So the other day I was ripping my hair out while writing product copy for a B2B tech company that sells agentic software. I hit a wall when trying to make the features feel useful and credible without accidentally writing the same message every other company in the market is already using. So I did what people do when the words just won't come out. I looked around for inspiration. Customer support software seemed like a useful category to study because those companies are marketing AI agents heavily right now. If anyone had worked out how to make agentic software sound differentiated, surely it would be them, right? Turns out I was wrong. What I found really got my alarm bells ringing. Page after page had the same selling points, the same rhythm, and the same cotton fluff language about seamless integrations, faster support, better outcomes, and AI agents working alongside human teams. And that is when the product marketer in me started doing the 1,000-yard stare. So I asked ChatGPT to write homepage copy for this category. The prompt was simply draft a few homepage headline ideas and a few short paragraphs for an AI customer support agent. And it gave me exactly what you'd expect. Deliver faster support with AI agents that resolve customer issues 24/7. Then came the paragraph about resolving repetitive queries, personalizing every interaction, handing off cases to human agents, scaling and delivering better outcomes. I mean, this phrasing could be okay as a working first ugly draft that you'd improve, but the problem was it sounded like every other customer support agent's homepage that I looked at. And I'm not even saying the copy is necessarily wrong. Some of these companies make millions in revenue and probably do exactly what they say on the tin. The issue is that the tin appears to have been made in the same ChatGPT factory, and this issue is plaguing the entire tech world right now. Today we're looking at why every tech brand suddenly sounds like ChatGPT and why large language models talk a certain way, because none of us should be constantly served the slop that's coming at us right now. And if you're new here, I'm Hassan. On this channel I talk about how tech companies adapt in the age of AI, SaaS, and cyber, and some other stuff that tickles my curiosity. Julius Caesar summed up an entire military win in 3 words: I came, I saw, I conquered. In Latin, vini, vidi, vici. That line works because it has rhythm, 3 clean beats and no wasted words. And it feels complete before your brain has even had the time to absorb it. And once you notice that structure, you start seeing its little tech corporate speak descendants everywhere.
Incredible momentum, adoption, and diffusion.
Faster, smarter, simpler, secure, scalable, and seamless. The rhetoric technique is old, but the tragedy is what happens when this structure gets mass-produced by B2B software companies with a tight deadline and 6 stakeholders from finance and legal. Because real rhetoric uses structure to make an idea hit harder, whereas AI-flavored writing often uses structure to make a vague idea feel like it hits harder. So if the internet is full of websites saying unlock productivity and streamline workflows, the model learns that this is what serious business language sounds like. So AI is just doing what it was built to do: generate the most statistically familiar version of the thing you asked it for. And in B2B tech, the statistically familiar version of a homepage is often a sterile, unseasoned, chicken and broccoli sounding message that could be used on literally any product. The first pattern you've probably seen everywhere today is the fake contrast.
Because agents don't just answer questions, they proactively work on your behalf.
And more importantly, it's not about any one tool, any one agent, or any one form factor. It's about the coming together of all of it for us.
Dreamforce, what's really incredible is we don't just talk about the future of sales, We actually build it together.
This is the corporate cousin of it's not X, it's Y, and I bet you've seen it across LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. The structure feels clever because it's a rhetoric tool that creates drama and tension. Our brains like to compare things because it makes concepts easier to understand. We like a before versus after, a problem and a solution. But in modern tech copy, that tension and contrast often feels artificial. In SaaS, it sounds like it's not just a chatbot, it's your AI teammate. It's not just support, it's resolution. It's not just a work tool, it's the operating system for your business. There is no real contrast. It just made up something boring to heroically disagree with. Like, it's not just a dashboard, it's your command center. This is where AI makes the problem worse, because if you ask a model to make something punchier or more strategic, this is one of the techniques it relies on because it's seen it everywhere and it's trained on it. The second pattern is the comforting three-part list.
Throwing it faster, hitting it farther, running harder.
Incredible momentum, adoption, and diffusion.
With the data, the tools, and the resources they need.
with one platform, one data model, and one architecture.
The rule of three works because it feels complete. The problem is that AI also knows it feels complete, so it will happily give you three polished words even when two of them are basically fluffy cushions. And B2B tech absolutely loves this, because three-part lists are easy to approve. They sound serious and look nice on a slide. Nobody in the meeting has to ask a difficult question, like, what does smarter actually mean here? Or why is the word seamless loved to death by every software business?
One interaction, one seamless interaction.
One seamless AI search experience.
Okay, that's just me who thinks that, but you get the point. I mean, listen to this.
Is to radically, exponentially improve productivity.
That sounds like a bunch of taglines that have been through 8 approval rounds and marketing just gave up in the end. And speaking of marketing, the third pattern is something I like to call category jargon clusters. Every market develops its own little word cloud of jargon and buzzwords. And in AI customer support, for our video example, the cloud is resolve 24/7, every channel, human agents, scale, personalization, and better outcomes, and AI at work. None of these words are automatically bad. If you sell customer support software, you probably do need to talk about resolving issues. If you sell work management software, you probably do need to talk about tasks and workflows. The problem is when every company stops there and doesn't actually explain its unique position in the market itself and to you as a consumer. If I ask an AI model for copy and it comes back sounding like half the companies in the market, that's just sad, because technically ChatGPT is not inventing the slop. It's learned the slop from humans who write in the real world and is now mirroring it back to us. If you look at the pages of agentic customer support tools through that lens, the slopception starts staring straight at you, and it's kind of hard to look away. Zendesk talks about AI-powered service platforms, self-improving AI agents, faster resolutions, stronger loyalty, better outcomes, and scaling without adding a headcount. Now, a competitor of Freshdesk talks about seamless support, smarter agents, faster resolutions, auto-resolving issues with AI agents. And another competitor in this category, Intercom, talks about the AI agent era, AI and human agents, seamless experiences, resolving queries faster, personalized services, and a self-improving system. And then you have the daddy, Salesforce, who talks about AI customer service agents that handle requests autonomously, reduce workloads for human reps, scale support, and resolve customer cases 24/7. You see the issue. We have one category with 5 different competing products and websites, but the same 5 ingredients are weaved throughout. Resolve things, work 24/7, scale support, improve customer experience, faster outcomes, smarter outcomes, and my personal favorite, seamless integrations. Again, some of this is unavoidable. These products do live in similar categories and the claims might be true, but the business problem is that if a buyer can swap your logo with your competitor's logo and the sentence still works, your message is not unique and really it's not doing much work at all. And this is the part where I have to admit my bias. I work in product marketing, so crafting a company's position in the market and coming up with messages around that is part of the job. So when I see stuff like this, I don't just think, haha, AI slop. I kind of do sometimes, but I also think I know why this happened. What usually happens is that marketing had a sharp take, then a stakeholder made it safer, then another stakeholder made it more enterprise, then leadership wanted it to sound more strategic, and then someone asked if we should say AI agents more because the market is hot right now. And by the end, the sentence, paragraph, or whatever has been sanded into a perfectly smooth little pebble that can sit on any homepage but mean very little to anyone reading it. This is exactly how you get copy like, in the ever-evolving landscape of technology, we empower teams to unlock productivity with intelligent agents that streamline workflows. I mean, like, my head's hurting just reading that. I mean, seriously, what does that even mean? What did I just say? The ChatGPTification of brands only gets worse in the world of B2B and tech because it already rewards language that is low risk and hard to disagree with. AI did not force everyone to walk around eggshells when talking about technology, but it definitely makes generic takes much easier to produce. Now, Salesforce can say a lot of broad category language because it is a category leader that's been around for decades with their revenue and customer base so large they don't even need to try and stand out. But if you're a smaller company, generic ChatGPT-esque takes and language about your own products are dangerous because the human buying your software doesn't have enough bandwidth to remember 20 brands all promising to help humans and agents sing kumbaya while they work hand in hand across workflows to deliver seamless outcomes at scale.
The world's first vertically integrated but horizontally open company.
As a buyer, you're going to remember the distinct brand with taste. That is the bit AI can't fake as easily, because taste requires deciding who the product is for, who it is not for, and what boring category language you're willing to leave behind. And a lot of tech brands are terrified of that. They want to sound modern but not risky, strategic but not fluffy, human but still enterprise, differentiated but also exactly like the category leader.
Same, but different. But still same.
Because apparently that makes total sense. The end result is that tech brands just sound like the average of every homepage that came before them, which is unfortunately very close to what ChatGPT sounds like when you ask it to write marketing material or almost anything at all. So no, you're not crazy. Every tech brand sounds a bit like ChatGPT now, but the deeper truth is more awkward. ChatGPT sounds like them because they were already talking like this. AI just accelerated the problem at scale and held up the mirror, and that mirror said something very specific. It said ever-evolving landscape, seamless and scalable and intelligent and built for teams, which in my opinion is not a diagnosis. It's a clear portrayal of the tech world's spiritual cry for help. That was a sarcastic demonstration, by the way. Don't bring out the pitchforks to get me. I'm gonna leave you with that for now, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, it's okay. I assume you're part of Sam Altman's cult or an agent of big AI. Bye.